10 minutes to 10 o'clock. Good morning. My name is Biryomumaisho with the news on Galaxy FM. The First Lady, Janet Kataha Museveni, also Education and Sports Minister, is today set to release 2016 primary leaving examinations results. Ms. Museveni was briefed by the examination body, Uganda National Examinations Board, on Tuesday afternoon on the people's performance at State House in Nakasero. This is her first PLE results she releases since being appointed to the Ministry of Education last year. This also serves as UNEB Executive Secretary in Mr. Daniel Odongo's first batch of the national examinations to oversee since he took office from Mr. Matthew Kenya in April 2016. According to Mr. Patrick Muyinda, the Education and Sports Ministry spokesperson, the results will be released today, Thursday, at the office of the Prime Minister in Kampala at 11 o'clock. Meanwhile, a total of 640,860 candidates registered for the UNEB examinations last year. 488,323 of these enrolled on the government's Universal Primary Education UPE scheme. Mr. Odongo previously said that in some cases they used technology-aided tools to record the students' marks in last year's examinations. He said they developed an e-mark where students' results are recorded on computers, unlike in the past where they would be put on optical mark reader forms that would then be scanned. UNEB has also completed marking Uganda Certificate of Education examinations, and the results are expected out any time after the PLE results. The King of Rwenzururu, Omusinga Charles Wesley Mumbere, has arrived at Jinja Chief Magistrate's Court for mention of his case. Mumbere and 150 of his royal guards arrived at 9 a.m. and are expected to appear before Chief Magistrate John Francis Kagwa. Mumbere and his guards are facing murder charges. The charge sheet was amended to include robbery, attempted murder, and terrorism charges. Meanwhile, the High Court in Jinja will today, January 12th, rule on whether it has jurisdiction to entertain the hearing of the bail application filed by the Omusinga Charles Wesley Mumbere. This follows a preliminary objection raised by Principal State Attorney Rachel Bikore during Monday's court sitting. Ms. Bikore objected the terrorism offences, which are part of the several grave charges that King Mumbere is facing and can only be tried before the International Crimes Division of the High Court and not the Criminal Division. To that effect, Ms. Bikore told court that Mumbere's bail application should be heard by a judge or a panel of judges of the International Crimes Division of the High Court or any other judge designated by the principal judge. She also asked court presided over by Justice Eva Luswata to refer the bail hearing to the International Crimes Division of the High Court, and Justice Luswata is expected to rule on this today. President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni has appointed Major General Joseph Musanyufu as the new UPDF Joint Chief of Staff. The news was confirmed by the Army spokesperson, Lieutenant Colonel Paddy Ankunda. Musanyufu, whose rank in the Army has been elevated to Major General from Brigadier, has been serving as the Chief Personnel and Administration Office of the UPDF. In his Tuesday night military reshuffle, Museveni left this sensitive position vacant. However, in a radio message released on Wednesday, Museveni said Musanyufu would run the docket and he replaces Lieutenant General Wilson Badi, who was elevated to Deputy Chief of Defense Forces. The suspect has died in police custody in Gulu district after staging a hunger strike. The 34-year-old Peter Hakim, a resident of Aduku sub-county in Apak district, died on Monday at Gulu Regional Referral Hospital, where he had been rushed from Gulu Central Police Station for treatment after a 4-day hunger strike. Patrick Jimmy Okema, the Aswa River Region Police spokesperson, says the suspect was neither eating nor drinking. He explains that Hakim had been picked up over the disappearance of an AK-47 rifle and 6 rounds of ammunition from a police officer at the Ladder Bar and Grill in Gulu town during the Christmas festivities. Okema says the gun was recovered from the suspect following a tip-off. He, however, says Hakim declared a hunger strike, saying he had been framed by police over the disappearance of the firearm. According to Okema, at the time of his death, the suspect could not speak. The post-mortem carried out by the police pathologist on the suspect's remains show that he died of dehydration. Elsewhere in the world, President-elect Donald Trump said for the first time Wednesday he believes Russia was responsible for hacking ahead of the election, but contemptuously rejected allegations that Moscow mounted a campaign to compromise him. In his first news conference since winning the election, a combative Trump made clear he will not mute his style when he is inaugurated in 9 days. He lashed out at media and political foes alike in a bravura performance, and Mr. Trump, in the Trump Tower press conference, confirmed the president-elect's deep desire to quickly assert power over his sworn-in. Now, he insisted on moving too speedily for some Republicans in Congress to replace Obamacare. He also pledged swift action on building a wall along the border with Mexico and nominating a new Supreme Court justice. But it's also clear Trump will take office amid persistent question about his relationship with Russia. While Trump was at the podium, his nominee to become Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson, faced tough questions on the Capitol Hill about whether the incoming administration will view Russia with sufficient skepticism. At the news conference, Trump finally conceded he believes Russian President Vladimir Putin's intelligence agencies were behind hacks on the Democratic computers ahead of the election, but argued that would not happen again.
Health Tip. Health Tip is sponsored by Flucamol, your medication of choice for curing colds immediately.
Now, without eating food in the morning, it can be tough to concentrate, and you're more likely to be irritable and tired. This is very true with both adults and kids. Numerous studies have found that kids who eat breakfast daily perform better at school. According to the Food Research and Action Center, kids who eat breakfast can increase math and reading scores and improve memory and speed on cognitive tests compared to when they skip breakfast. A very good morning. That's all we could get for you.